Madrid during the 1955 and 1956 season.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
AI Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
I've been curious. Who exactly is the youngest swimmer in the world?
Oh, I'll tell you. Alzin Tarek, age 10, is the youngest and fastest swimmer in World Championships history. Tarek has been swimming competitively since the age of 4.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I'm glad I wowed you.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
Who is the fastest man in the world?
That's very simple. It's Usain Bolt. He is the fastest runner on the planet, setting the world record for the shortest 100 meters sprint time of 9.58 seconds.
Wow, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're listening to Jiffy on Our Impact Radio 102.1 FM Lagos. You're listening to Sports in a Jiffy on Our Impact Radio 102.1 FM Lagos.
Tuesday morning edition of the show Sports in a Jiffy on your most exciting breakfast show, the Morning Impact Show, right here on Impact Radio 102.1 FM. Today, the 25th day in the month of March 2025. Your number one all-round lifestyle station, the station that promises and always delivers. On the breakfast menu today, I tell you what, a day for the Super Eagles of Nigeria as they be taking on the Zimbabweans in a must-win cracker at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium. They call it the Nest of Champions right there in Uyo. A lot of us see it as a must win already, while we will be looking to monitor the happenings of the other games that will be going down in Group C of the ongoing FIFA World Cup 2026 qualifiers. That particular tournament that is going to be staged right there in Canada, Mexico, and the United States of America. Tabletoppers Benin Republic will also be hosting South Africa. South Africa, though, need to draw points according to the permutations. Don't forget that we've been on this permutation from last year, and then we must all win all of our own remaining games if we are to have the chance of progressing. Because yes, if we win the game today, we'll be taking our tally to 9 points, of course putting us third on the log, just maybe some 3 or 2 points behind either South Africa or Benin Republic as it is right now. So that is exactly what we're looking forward to in the game this evening. We'll also definitely be looking to preview the match that will be happening at about 5 p.m. Nigerian time. Other results from other matches in Europe and also Africa. England have now won their second game under new boss Thomas Tuchel. Rhys James, guys, are showing that, yes, of course, he's one of the best right backs in the world with that stunning free kick yesterday, making his first start with the Three Lions since last year. Don't forget that he's been having an injury-hampered calendar year. I also got a lot that is a developing story as you got another English right back that's talking about Alexander Trent Arnold, who might be joining Real Madrid from Liverpool. All of this and many other thoughts coming through from other sports I've got in store for you on the show this morning. Don't forget I will be 72 in bits and in pieces. Yes, the potential of the major stories making the rounds in the ever exciting, ever dynamic, and sometimes controversial world of sport. 72 fast, a lot of facts, making it compact for a listening pleasure. Whether you're a sports person, someone who love game, maybe an athlete yourself, this is the right place for you to be, because the early bet has gone around the world to catch, discuss, and I will be more than willing to serve it to you just the way you like it. So to remind that I can keep track of this update and more by following us across all social media platforms. We're live on our Facebook fan page at Impact Radio 102.1 FM. You can as well join us live on YouTube at Impact 102.1 FM. To the switch of the back of the net right now, we'll be getting the show on the road. Ayode Jajiboye is my name. An absolute honor to be your host on the show this morning. Before we go straight into talks about the Super Eagles of Nigeria, I'll be bringing you updates coming through from the Nigerian Premier Football League match day 31. A couple of matches we played this midweek, guys. Want to look forward to, and definitely nobody wants to miss a bit of the ongoing matches in the Nigerian Premier Football League. Quickly, before we go on, let me quickly wrap it up for you. From tomorrow, March 26, we'll be having Kwara United will be hosting National United at the George Ini Membo of the Rashidi Yekini Stadium right there in Ilorin. Kano Pillars will also be hosting Bendel Insurance. Sunshine Stars will be hosting Atland FC of Uweri. Abia Warriors will be hosting Lobby Stars. Bayelsa United will be hosting Rivers United. While on Thursday, it's going to be El Kanemi Warriors against Shooting Star Sports Club of Ibadan. Rangers International will be hosting Plateau United. Remo Stars will be hosting Eimba. Aqua United will be hosting Niger Tornadoes. While Ikorodu City will be back at home right at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena, and they'll be hosting Katsina United. Just 2 games will be live on television this week, and that's going to be Kwara United and Nasarawa United, as well as Ikorodu City up against Katsina United. Plenty of thoughts coming through from the Nigerian Premier Football. You'll also be looking to access everything that has to do with the league in the coming days as well. And away from that, right now, let's go straight into the camp of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Just after the presser yesterday, Super Eagles captain William Troost Ekong has said that the Nigerian senior national team is focused on picking the World Cup ticket as well as win the next CAF African Nations Cup in Morocco. Speaking at the pre-match conference in Oyo yesterday evening, Ekong said, and I'm quoting him, says we have experienced players in the team, with Alexander Iwobi being the most capped, and they have players that are young and very ambitious, and these players are very hungry to be at the World Cup. As well as talking about the generation of these players, he's saying that I think they have something special and that they need to do something special at the moment with the quality of players to win the next AFCON and be at the World Cup next year. The captain also spoke on quick adaptation to Eric Sekechele's tactics. He's saying that it's for the coach to decide, talking about the quality of players in the Super Eagles, having football understanding and also the process. The 2013 African champions will be facing Zimbabwe, like I mentioned, in March the 6th of the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier at the Gosula Kwabio Stadium, Uyo, later this evening. Fourth on the log with 6 points right now. South Africa, while the group leaders will also be facing their runner-up Benin Republic in Ivory Coast, while Rwanda will be hosting Lesotho. There's a news already flying around talking about South Africa. Don't forget that their last game was against Lesotho, and we are hearing like a little bit whispering. It's not confirmed, but by peradventure, something might be happening, as it's been said, and South Africa did something anti-football, yes, in that particular game against Lesotho. All hands in glove, and we're looking forward to see how that one is going to pan out in the next couple of days. For the game later this evening, Commission of African Football has named the match officials that we handle the Nigerian versus Zimbabwe match. Yes. The officiating men definitely will be having Sergei Mugosteku, Michael Eyobel, and as well as Samuel Mengiserak. Eritrean referee Teklu Mugosek will be at the center, while the Nigerian Super Eagles will play the game this evening. Was also the center referee in Lesotho's goalless draw with Benin Republic and Mozambique's 2-1 defeat of Somalia. It's been said that he has officiated a game that has to do with Nigerians, where Enugu Rangers 2-1 defeat to Lesotho's Bantu FC in the 2019-2020 Confederations Cup draw, where the Nigerian side won 2-1. And second thoughts coming through from the Super Eagles of Nigeria, the head coach Eric Sekechele has said he is focused on winning every game as he leads Nigeria in the game later this evening. The Franco-Malian tactician in the pre-match conference yesterday says, I've talked to my players and I told them I want to win every game, so I'm focused on the next game, which is against Zimbabwe, and after the game against Zimbabwe, we can think about the next game. The former Mali coach said he was happy for Super Eagles players for recording the win away to Rwanda. The former Malian coach, however, predicted a tough encounter for the Super Eagles against Zimbabwe later this evening. Let's still talking about the impact of the players from the Nigerian Premier Football League, the impact they can add to the Super Eagles. He's saying that I think there are a lot of players in the Nigerian League who can add something to the national team, but they need to work and know how his team plays. So this is why he picked 3 players from the league, saying they are very good. Of course, an area of talent right there in the Nigerian Premier Football League. And away from that, right now, straight into other sports on the show this morning. In the world of boxing, there are already reports emanating, and yes, promoter Frank Warren has backed Anthony Joshua to walk straight into any major fight he wants, despite suffering a recent injury setback. Joshua has been absent from the ring since suffering a brutal knockout to Daniel Dubois at the Wembley last September, and his return to action has been thwarted by injury problems, with Eddie Earn revealing that his marquee heavyweight talent will need 8 weeks to recover from a minor setback he's had in training. Joshua's super fight prospects have vastly diminished since last competing, with Tyson Fury announcing his retirement, and also Dubois targeting an undisputed world title fight against Alexander Usyk, which puts a rematch of the IBF world title on hold presently. And despite the setbacks, the 35-year-old former two-time heavyweight champion could be in line for a shot at the WBO title, as Usyk is expected to relinquish the belt to pursue a unification bout with IBF champion Dubois. The WBO has ordered Usyk to defend his title against mandatory challenger Joseph Parker, but the Ukrainian heavyweight champion is reportedly prioritizing a fight with Dubois instead, and that development could open the door for Joshua to challenge Parker for the WBO belt, despite his recent 5th-round knockout to Dubois. Anyway, from that right now, still talking other sports on the show. This one will go straight into the world of tennis. We are bringing you updates coming through from the Miami Open. Yes, Americano is true to our first WTA 1000 quarterfinals after a blistering straight set win over 17th seed Amanda Anisimova right there in Miami. The Brazilian was in brilliant form from the off against the American opponents and needed just 24 minutes to secure the first set on a way to 6-1, 6-3 victory and make that the second time she's defeating Anisimova in consecutive matches. Don't forget that they also met at the last round of the Indian Wells too. But then she won that game, moved to the next round, and then she got thumped in the next round as well. I mentioned to you, it is her first time since US Open time in 2021 that Rakhine has won 4 WTA main draw matches in a row, and she was dominant in sweeping Anisimova aside. Prior to this tournament, Rakhine has lost 5 or 6 matches since the Australian Open, and last week she ended a partnership with coach Vladimir Platinik after just 2 weeks. Rakhine broke in the opening game of the match and raced through the opening set without losing a point on her own serve. Away from that, world number 1 Anna Sabalenka is also through to the quarterfinals after a 6-4, 6-4 win over defending champion Daniel Collins of the United States of America. The Belarusian secured the only break of the first set at 3-3, and after breaking in the opening game for the second, went on to complete the victory in an hour and 19 minutes. However, Eternal Yasmin Paolini came from a set down to overcome 4-time Grand Slam champion Naomi Osaka 3-6, 6-4, 6-4. World number 2 Iga Swiatek also pressed on with her quest for a first title of 2025, beating Ukraine's Elena Svitolina 7-6, 6-3 to set up a meeting with 19-year-old wildcard Alexandra Ila, who is from Philippines, and will also be playing in her first WTA quarterfinals. Ila's eye-catching run in Miami continued after a 4th-round opponent Tensi Polo Bodosa, who withdrew before the match because of a lower back injury. Well, a bit of disappointment for world number 3 Kokugawa was beaten 6-4, 6-4 by Poland's Magdalene, and in the men's singles, Alexander Zverev overcame a slow start to beat Australian Jordan Thompson 7-5, 6-4, and the German was 4-1 down in the first set before fighting back to win 8 of his next 9 games and set up a 4th-round tie against Francis Arthur Fields, who beat Francis Tiafoe 7-5, 7-6, 5-7, 6-2. Taylor Fritz also advanced a 7-5, 6-2 win against Canada's Denis Shapovalov, but his American compatriot Tommy Paul suffered a 6-2, 7-6 defeat by Argentines Francisco Cerundolo. Australian 10-seed Alex Zimeno forced back to beat Brazilian 18-year-old João Fonseca 5-7, 7-5, 6-3 and set up a last 16 meeting with Italy's Matteo Berrettini. Anyway, from other sports right now, straight into the world of football. I tell you what, I've got tantalizing stories to share with you on the show this morning. But first off, let's take result of matches that went down yesterday. I mentioned to you that England have now won 2 games in a row. And yes, it's been said that England need a lot of work as we'll be taking reactions from the game against Latvia and also Albania. The 2 games that the English the 3 Lions have won in the last couple of days. Quickly running through the results. Lithuania played out a 2-2 draw against Finland in the UEFA World Cup qualifiers. That's in Group G. Poland also defeated Malta 2-0. Bosnia and Herzegovina with 2-1 winners over Cyprus. San Marino lost at home to Romania in Group K. Albania defeated Andorra 3-0. While England were also also 3-0 winners over Latvia in the game yesterday. In the CAF World Cup qualifiers, Guinea-Bissau lost at home to Burkina Faso. Ethiopia defeated Djibouti 6-1. A couple of matches were cancelled in Group E, and straight to Group F, we have Ivory Coast winning 1-0 against Gambia. Equatorial Guinea played out a 1-0 draw against Namibia, and Liberia defeated Sao Tome and Principe 2-1, while Tunisia were at home and then they defeated Malawi 2-0. Mali played out a 0-0 draw against Central African Republic. Ghana defeated Madagascar 3-0. Thomas Partey getting a brace in that one, with Mohamed Kudus also adding to it. And guess what? Hat-trick of assists for Jordan Ayew in that game yesterday. Ghana right now are currently on top of Group I with 5 points lead at that particular group. Amazing feat by the Ghanaian national team right there. Hopefully, you are going to be missing out on the next AFCON behind them right now and focus on making it to the next World Cup. Bringing you updates coming through from the world of football, and we are still talking about matches that were played yesterday. This time around, we'll be assessing Reece James, talking about his quality, which was never in doubt. Don't forget I mentioned to you at the start of the show this morning that Reece James definitely scored an eye-catching hat-trick. Did I say hat-trick? Free kick, I beg your pardon. To break the deadlock for the Three Lions yesterday. That was in the 30th minute of that encounter. And yes, that's Thomas Tuchel's second successive victory as England head coach. Chelsea's captain Reece James celebrated his first England start since September 2022 by calling a super free kick from 20 yards 7 minutes before halftime. It was said that England struggled to add to the scoreline in the face of larger stubborn resistance until Captain Harry Kane turned his 71st goal in 105 international appearances from Declan Rice across after just 68 minutes yesterday. And in picking 3 points, Tuchel became the first England men's manager to win his first 2 competitive games since Fabio Capello in the year 2008. Yes, let's go through other matches that will be played today in the world of football. Don't forget that we serve you sports in a jiffy every weekday. That's Monday through to Friday from 10 a.m. down to the flip side of third. And we have sports off for you on Mondays 6 p.m. down to 7 p.m. Wednesdays 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Fridays 5 to 6 p.m. and Saturdays 2 p.m. down to 3 p.m. In the UEFA World Cup qualifiers later this evening, Moldova will be hosting Estonia. Norway travel to Israel. In Group J, Leicester will be hosting Kazakhstan, while North Macedonia will be hosting Wales. Czech Republic will travel to Gibraltar. Montenegro will be hosting Faroe Islands. International friendlies today, Football Union of Russia will be hosting Zambia. Sweden will be hosting Northern Ireland. Switzerland will be hosting Luxembourg. And a couple of other friendlies will also be going down, where Belarus travel to Azerbaijan. While in the CAF qualifiers, we'll be seeing games between Egypt and Sierra Leone at about 7 p.m. Nigerian time. Sudan will be hosting South Sudan. Mauritania will be hosting Congo Democratic Republic. Senegal will be hosting Togo in Group B, while in Group C, Benin Republic will host South Africa. Nigeria will be hosting Zimbabwe. Rwanda will be hosting Lesotho. And in Group D, Angola will be hosting Cape Verde. Cameroon will be hosting Libya. Tanzania travel to Morocco. Seychelles travel to Burundi. Uganda hosts Guinea. Botswana will host Somalia. Algeria will be hosting Mozambique 10 p.m. Nigerian time, while in Group I, Comoros will be hosting Chad. A couple of other qualifiers in the AFC, that's the Asian Football Confederation, as well as the CONMEBOL too. They have also got their World Cup qualifiers later this evening. That's going to be at 9 p.m. Nigerian time. Bolivia will be hosting Uruguay. Sports in a jiffy, and I'm serving it in a jiffy. I call it a wrap on the package this morning. I say many thanks to you for being a part of the show. Don't forget, I'll be bringing back to you tomorrow morning once again from 10 a.m. down to the flip side of 10. I did Judge Boy signing out this morning. Stay sporty, stay active, drink enough water to stay hydrated. Don't forget to be kind, because kindness is cool. I'll see you when I see you, and that's going to be on the flip side of the Morning Impact Show on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. Do have a blessed and highly favored Tuesday morning. Good morning.
Hi. My name is Obaloj. My name is Olabode Easy.
My name is Oni.
This is Icon Olu of Street Church. Keep listening to High Impact.
Keep listening to my music.
Keep listening to High Impact 102.1 FM, the urban lifestyle station.
I know, and I love you too. This is why I've made it so that you can now have me everywhere you go. www.highimpactstudios.com. Press play. Links in our social media bio. Click at High Impact 1021 FM.